I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Over the weekend, the MAGA Republicans held a conference called the Turning Point Action Conference. It was held in West Palm Beach County Convention Center in Florida, and it showcased what the Republican Party has become, right? No longer just the Republican Party. They are the MAGA Republican Party. It is controlled by Trumpism, and we see that through all of the speakers. So I want to show you what these speakers were talking about, because it's not a conservative agenda. It's a Donald Trump MAGA agenda, and I think it shows what's at stake as we approach this 2024 election. So let me show you the clips of what went down. First, you've got Lauren Boebert. She's talking about how she is a rhino hunter. Just so you know, rhino, Republican in name only, and this is how MAGA Republicans are trying to get rid of anybody who is viewed as a traditional conservative from their ranks, and to make sure that Trumpism and purity to Trumpism is what prevails in the modern-day MAGA Republican Party. Play the clip.
Know that we have the power to unite and take everything back. Take it all back from the socialists and the communists and the dictators who want to destroy our country. And even in the beginning of this Congress, me and 19 of my friends and I, we even showed that we can take back our country from the DC establishment because we are professional rhino hunters.
And so, even though Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert don't get along, their agenda is actually very similar. And here's Marjorie Taylor Greene, MAGA Republican, attacking President Biden for being a lot like Lyndon B. Johnson, President Johnson, which the MAGA Republicans say is a very bad thing, because MAGA Republicans are trying to kind of rejuvenate the legacy of Nixon. They're very pro-Nixon right now. Here, play this clip.
Lyndon B. Johnson is very similar to Joe Biden. How are they the same? They're both Democrat socialist. Lyndon B. Johnson was the majority leader in the Senate. Does that sound familiar? He was vice president to Kennedy. Joe was vice president to Obama. He was appointed as the president after JFK was assassinated, then he was elected. His big socialist programs were the Great Society. The Great Society were big government programs to address education, medical care, urban problems, rural poverty, transportation, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and welfare, the Office of Economic Opportunity, and big labor and labor unions. Now, LBJ had the Great Society, but Joe Biden had Build Back Better, and he still is working on it. The largest public investment in social infrastructure and environmental programs that is actually finishing what FDR started, that LBJ expanded on, and Joe Biden is attempting to complete. Socialism.
This is one of the leaders of the Turning Point Action Group, somebody by the name of Benny Johnson. One of the things that MAGA Republicans have been doing, they love to spread this conspiracy that President Biden is on cocaine and his son Hunter, they brought cocaine into the White House. That's the lie that MAGA Republicans want to spread over and over and over again. And for someone like Hunter, who is in recovery, who's now been many years sober, just the cruelty of this line of attack is so heinous. And so many Americans have people in their family who are in recovery from drugs. And so to make this attack, to demean people like this, that's what it means to be a modern-day MAGA Republican. Play this clip of Benny Johnson.
White House can't find the cocaine culprit. I don't know who it is. Who's the cocaine culprit? We're not sure. I don't know. Who the hell is it? We're not just Sherlock Holmes in the case of the mysterious powder. Who could it be? Repeat the line. Okay. Sure, Dad. Joe Biden cleaning up the Oval Office. It's very simple. Snort coke, sniff hair. We don't know. Which button? Hit them both. Joe Biden hits them both. 3:30 a.m. at the White House. Hunter attempting his first time travel. We're looking into it.
Here is the speech from Tucker Carlson, a small clip of it, where he brags to the crowd about how he savaged former Vice President Mike Pence, again, a Republican, but how he savaged Mike Pence during an interview they had, which he didn't. But, you know, again, it just shows you anyone who's not 100% in the Trump cult, this is what you get. Play the clip.
You can make some general observations, which I think are more edifying than just like savaging Mike Pence. I think, which I'm not going to do, because that would be wrong.
I know a lot of you watching are entrepreneurs. You run your own business. Heck, I run my own business too. So I know how hard it is to manage your numbers, manage the trends in the market, and budget, well, everything. But not every business is in the dark because of our sponsor today, NetSuite. NetSuite gives you the visibility and control you need to make better decisions faster. And for the first time in NetSuite's 25 years as the #1 cloud financial system, you can defer payment of a full NetSuite implementation for 6 months. There's no payment and no interest for 6 months. And you can take advantage of this special financing offer today. NetSuite is the #1 business because they give your business everything you need in real time, all in one place, to reduce manual processes, boost efficiency, build forecasts, and increase productivity across every department. It's so incredible to have the power of having all the information in one place to make better decisions, and the unprecedented offer NetSuite is providing to make that possible. More than 36,000 companies have already upgraded to NetSuite, gaining visibility and control over their financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. If you've been sizing NetSuite up to make the switch, then you know this deal is unprecedented. No interest, no payments. Take advantage of this special financing offer at netsuite.com/Meidas. That's netsuite.com/Meidas to get the visibility and control you need to weather any storm. netsuite.com/Meidas.
Here's MAGA Republican Matt Gaetz talking about how he's introducing legislation to ensure that there will be a national prayer in schools that's taking place. And again, right now, if anyone wants to pray, they can pray. It's just there's a separation of church and state. It's in our Constitution for a reason. We should respect everybody's religious views. The issue is we shouldn't impose a national religion on anybody in the United States of America.
For the limitations of man and God's reach does not stop at the schoolhouse gates. In the coming days, I will introduce a national prayer in school law so that in every classroom in America, there will be time for students to pray if they choose. And you know what? This beautiful new Supreme Court that President Trump gave us just might uphold a constitutional law like that based on the values that this country was built on.
And here's Matt Gaetz being misogynistic. This is just what the MAGA Republican Party does. And Matt Gaetz says that the left's ideas are sterile, and he says, and so are their women. Here, play the clip.
Are you ready? Not just to endure the left, but to confront them in the battle space of discourse. The left's ideas, their platforms, their candidates, heck, even some of their women just grow more sterile with every self-loathing iteration. Like, the way to respond to sterility is virality. This is an activist conference, so be active, be energetic, be useful, and tell people what you think as you mobilize. Everything right now is so dead and boring and lame and trans. Heck, even the trans want to change.
Here's MAGA Republican Paulina Luna, who basically just lies about everything in her life, and here she's saying she speaks to many foreign leaders, and the foreign leaders all love Trump. Play the clip.
And when I'm meeting with these foreign leaders and they're telling us we need Trump back, they're waiting for us to shine again, be the beacon of light and freedom in this country and on the world stage. I'm telling you right now, he's going to win, and we're going to be there every step of the way.
MAGA Republican Senator from Missouri, Josh Hawley, just talking about woke this and woke that.
It's not we the people anymore. It becomes they the powerful. So now we've got a country that is ruled by the powerful rather than the people. Now we've got a country that is ruled by the self-appointed elite rather than the people in this room. Now we've got a country that is ruled over by the corporations and all the wokeists and all of the activists and the crazies, the powerful. That's what the left has given to this country, right? And what has been their goal at the end of the day? At the end of the day, it is to take away our faith, it is to take away our families, it is to take away everything that we define ourselves by that makes us who we are. And what do they want us to be? They want us to just do exactly as we are told and to buy the cheap stuff from China that they tell us we're supposed to buy.
Here is a MAGA Republican influencer by the name of Tim Ballard, spreading what essentially amounts to a QAnon-style conspiracy that people are placing political agendas above saving children. Here, play the clip.
That there are people out there that hate one person or one party more than they love rescuing children from a life of rape. And that's when I realized we have a serious, serious illness in this country where children are put way down on the list of priority, and agenda and wokeness and leftism, whatever is the most important thing. It's spiritual warfare. Nothing else can explain this. It's spiritual warfare.
There's MAGA Republican Scott Pressler, who is one of the people who the MAGA Republicans lean on to turn out youth voters and to try to register voters. And here's Scott Pressler talking about his strategy to get low propensity voters to vote for MAGA. Play the clip.
If I see that Republicans are winning in blue counties with early voting, you bet your behind I am going to turn out. And that's how we're going to win, by getting those low propensity voters that have it in their heads that we can't win, and we're going to show them we can. And no, I'm not just talking about those swing states. This message is to every person that's in Washington and Oregon and Rhode Island and Connecticut and Delaware and Maine and Vermont, New Hampshire. This is to every person who thinks you can't. I'm telling you right now, we can. And more importantly, we will.
I want to talk about that Tom Pressler clip in just a moment. But here is the leader of this Turning Point Action Group who put on this conference, Charlie Kirk. And watch what Charlie Kirk says here. He says that he's sick of the Republican Party, and he's referring to the old Republican Party, what they refer to as the rhinos and old conservatives. Here, play the clip.
But if you're like me, I am sick of what the Republican Party has become in the last couple of years. Do you agree?
So who does Charlie Kirk support in place of the old Republican Party? Well, the fascist pillow guy, Mike Lindell.
You're going to hear from Mike Lindell. Is there Mike Lindell right there? Stand up, Mike Lindell. The great Mike Lindell. Promo code Kirk, by the way, at mypillow.com, okay?
As I said before, I wanted to talk about Scott Pressler very quickly, who is out there saying he is registering low propensity voters for MAGA Republicans. One of the reasons that we do these videos and why we've created the MeidasTouch network is to showcase the extremism coming from people like Pressler and all of the people who you saw in this video. Everything that the MAGA Republicans do and say is either projection or confession, okay? And it is just so vital for the survival of our democracy that we all together make sure that this group of people is voted out of power, never gets into power, okay? And that starts with how we need to make sure that voters get out there to vote for democracy. It's that simple. There's only one major political party where there are adults in the room trying to solve problems, and that's the Democratic Party today. That's it. Do I agree with the Democrats on everything? No, but do I believe that they are adults in the room trying to solve problems and support democracy, support NATO, support our allies? Yes, that's what exists right now. So it's vital you share these messages. We expose what's going on in the MAGA Republican world so that we can use that as motivation right now. There's so much time where you can share these videos with people, register voters, tell people to get out there. And I hope you do that. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers. Thanks to your awesome support. Check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Wherever you get audio podcasts, subscribe to the MeidasTouch podcast and have a great day.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.